Hello and welcome to The Stack, and here are today's top stories. The first story, a Wall Street Journal reporter decided to take a road trip in an electric vehicle because she thought it would be fun. Well, it turned out to not be a very fun experience at all. She took a new Kia EV6, which is a hot new electric vehicle, on a road trip, and she ended up spending more time charging the vehicle than sleeping on the trip. That's how much of a disaster it was. And she planned this whole route out and often ended up having to make changes to the route for charging, and found out that charging stations don't charge electric vehicles all that fast. In fact, sometimes it can take 8 hours to charge an electric vehicle at an electric charging station. So, here at the Western Journal, we have reported about how disastrous electric cars can be. The technology is really cool, but they aren't all that practical, especially when you're taking a road trip. And this Wall Street Journal reporter found out the hard way. And the second story, we have reported about these food processing plant disasters hitting the US this year, and now we're seeing another trend. We're seeing some large farm fires hit the US. There have been 7 in the last 10 days alone. In one case, tens of thousands of chickens were killed in a farm fire. There was a fire here just last week in Arizona where horses, chickens, and goats, I think, were killed in a fire.
It's more than 100 animals dead, including dogs, goats, and chickens.
And so we're seeing this trend, and you know what? I guess it could be some coincidence, but it's hard not to take notice of food processing plant disasters and farms going up in flames, all while the US is facing a looming food shortage. And the third story, we all know Joe Biden is a total failure as a president. Well, it turns out he's also pretty much a failure at being a grandfather as well. Now, if we flash back to Christmas of last year, there was this photo that went viral of stockings at the White House during Christmas time, and the stockings had all of Biden's grandchildren's names on it, except for there was one missing, and that was the grandchild of Joe Biden's, Hunter Biden's daughter, that he had with London Roberts. And so her name was missing. Well, now it turns out that the mother of Joe Biden's granddaughter, London, she is facing threats. Her life, she feels, is in danger from her ex-fiance, and she wants Secret Service protection from the government from these threats. And Joe Biden is refusing to step in and help his granddaughter. So that's pretty sickening. Joe Biden claimed that his grandchildren are huge parts of his life and that he'd do anything for them. Well, he's totally failing and seems to just refuse to acknowledge that this granddaughter exists of his. So if you want to stay up to date on the latest Joe Biden news, the latest news on farm fires and food processing plant disasters, and the latest news on electric car failures, you can head to westernjournal.com. And please be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode of The Stack.